Hello. Now, all these beautiful many trees. I do happen to have just exactly enough of these to at least make one basket, and then we can use this for storage. So, let's stack away all of these because we're probably not going to need them at any point, especially that. And the flowers. Well, we'll take that, we'll put this away. We won't be collecting that. We might be collecting more though, so I'll just safely put that there. Right. What else are we needing? We are needing. What is that? Now I know it's sunlight, but look at how strange it is coming through the squares. I want to put vines up there. This axe is going to find use somewhere in this little cow. We have more than enough around it. Yep. Just give them the space. They're fine. You know? Just give them their space. And that one. It looks like I've situated myself to get set up in war territory. Pardon me, the local wildlife is active. This is so close by to a base of operations, I'm not going to bother marking it on the map. I'll see you on the shore at some point. Interesting how it always floats one way. I think it's depending on the wind. Spelled right. So, immediate order of business. We're going to go slightly further. There's a tree over here. Well, okay. What I meant to say is there's this over here. This thing over there. Which I presume is just a natural quarry. And indeed it is, full of granite sand. Okay, that could prove beneficial to open the local pond, which we'll do a little bit of that. There's such a thing. I'm constantly about whether or not to chop down trees in any given area. Because they seem so precious. Every one of them adds a unique character to the landscape that once harvested is gone forever. And that makes them especially beautiful in a way, I feel. Yes. Something about the movements here. I kind of wish they were a little bit less enthusiastic. I mentioned this on the subreddit, but bizarrely, I find some of the motions make me slightly motion sick, especially when you're crafting items in the minigame for making clay. They're just kind of going at it, and it's well, okay. On the side, the fact that you have this whole thing going on the screen is a little bit obnoxious in its own right, but that's not really a huge complaint, right? That's like a sort of, no one's going to take that seriously, and I don't think that they should necessarily. Different strokes. In any case, just the particularity of the motion for me seems to cause some small amount of distress, which I find, yeah, specifically just a little bit nauseating. So I actually already marked that on the map, did I? Oh, wait, I was going the right way. Why is this? Because that's the base I'm using, I suppose. Okay, it's funny I said I wasn't going to... Are you... You're... Okay, you're literally having a nap. I'm gonna have to make a bridge to get around this. Okay. Oh god. Is that a mirage? Kitty mirage? Am I going the wrong way again? Trying not to tire myself out too much. Where in the blazes? Something. It's fine. You ever just eat a couple of raw mushrooms while you're waiting on dinner? I do sometimes. Now I know it wasn't this big of a problem to get in and out. Okay, I need to stop doubting myself. This is here. We need a little bit of grass. Do it in a little corner. Oh, I can't cook things properly. Was that clay? That's copper. Was there clay nearby? That's peat. Was there clay anywhere nearby? No. What I can do, I'll get a couple of snacks for myself from the local pond. No? Okay. Common morals. Blimey. Go. Well, to get much else done, I'm going to have to Hmm. I'm going to take a break for now. I'm going to have myself a cup of tea. I'm going to re-sequester myself after a moment. I don't think I'll be done for tonight, though. I'm going to continue because this quest is rather important. I need to get it done before tomorrow. We just... Right, I have tea brewing and I've got a little timer going for it. What are we going to do about this? I don't have anything for this, do I? I have plenty of mushrooms. Just nothing to do with them. Can I say how utterly tedious of a walk this would be? You imagine finding yourself in this position where you have a backpack, you have 4 baskets hanging off, the 2 baskets hanging off of each arm, and you're carrying an entire chest in front of you. You're certainly well balanced, I'll say that much. So, let me just... That's wrong. Surprised none of those, you know, hit the capacity limit. One. Where is the other one? Well, you know, I'm doing all this, and this is a fresh inventory space, so I probably don't need more than these. One of these, wait, is it in here? Is Pete? No. Okay, so it's not that one. Where did I put the other chest? I literally just sat it down. There it is. What happened there? This is fine. I'm really going to munch into these morals. These lobsters, even. Oh, here we go. Was that a blackcurrant bush? Yes. Okay, so now I technically have two areas I'm operating out of. One is a lot closer to many resources on both sides. I'm mostly focusing on just getting home for the moment, so I think. That's a moose. And we don't mess with those. Oh, my timer's done. Oh no. I've really taken the shine to having some Earl Grey with a little bit of mint. I've been drinking tea for oh gosh, like at least 15 years, possibly more than that. And for the last 4 or so, I've graduated from using tea bags to loose leaf. And it certainly is a difference. I think I made the transition to coffee grounds a little bit earlier. Just slightly earlier. And I haven't really looked back. I really notice the difference now, though. Whenever I go back to using tea bags, there's just so much tannin. You can feel it clawing at every part of you. just put you down here. Harvest these. We're on our way back anyway. And I should be able to get one more out of these. Yes. I'm not sure what the stack limit is. I don't think it tells you. 1,000 to almost 8 liters of cranberry wine. If I juice it. Oh, juice. Just juice. There's a lot of quarries. Maybe because I turned up the geological activity. And since we're heading directly back home, I don't feel bad about doing this. Already getting a bit confused. Berries. This path at this midway point is going to be really good in the winter. That's a lie, actually. Because they stop flowering in the winter. That's cranberry. Okay, we don't need red cones. Could be useful. Field mushrooms. My beloved. We are going to have so much soup. My kidneys will be singing. All this protein. See if we find any later. So true, bestie. Any there? No. Puffball. Oh my goodness. Wouldn't it be funny if I find bees here? Actively checking now. I am noticing this is slowing me down slightly. I will place it here at the water's edge. Just do a quick check. That's flax? Belch. Okay, I heard a police siren, and for a moment I wasn't quite sure if it was coming from within the game or not, and I just heard a skinwalker. Gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't realize there was this many trees up this way. That's red currant. We've got black cranberries at the moment. We don't need to mess with that. I'll have these. They're on their own. Okay, further than this would be ostentatious. One of my favorite words. Look at that's beautiful. Look at that. That's something that you make a painting of, you write a poem for, and you read at 4 a.m. Tread softly, for this is holy ground. Could it be, may we look with seeing eyes? This spot we stand on is paradise. So I'll pick up my basket and be on my way. It's a shame I didn't find any bees. I surely would like to have some bees. I will do a pass through these trees on the hilltop. This is Puffball, Nature Spelt. Puffball. Cranberry. I'm not sure that these will go on the same timer. They will. How many can you have in one stack? A fair amount. These are fresh for 4 days, those are fresh for 2 days. So we need to be sure to use the black currants up faster. Seems you can't add all the inventory while doing all this. Goodness me. No, this is interesting. Oh, cripes. It really is a distance, isn't it? But only a third of the way out. Do you think it's reasonable for me to double back at this point? I am closer to where I came from than where I'm going. I'm gonna have to go around the mountainside again. Maybe I should get a little midway point. A mid camp seems most appropriate here. It's getting dark enough you can barely see anything. But I can actually almost see nothing on my other monitor. The gamma's cranked up quite high on this one though. Let's see. in case you didn't see that, that was a leopard hunting fish. Perhaps some variety of ocelot. I think those are technically, I mean, all the big cats are some variety of panther, so it's not really a meaningful word descriptor. But most all things in the Panthera class are theoretically genetically compatible. The strangest thing, though, um, some scientists were trying to study egg development in fish, and so they use some very distant species in order to. Yeah, it wasn't intended that they would come to term. And the last common ancestor that these things had were 1.4 billion miles apart. But I suppose there just isn't. It's, I don't even want to really make a comment, to commit to any sort of commentary on it. It just you'll probably gather that they did end up coming to term, and they looked very physiologically strange because they had like basically two separate operating systems running at the same time. One, two, three, four. Is there perhaps, for the sake of the viewers, is this something that must be changed out? Okay, dynamic color grading is on. That doesn't really help me, so I'll let it make its own decisions. What's happened? I'll find out later. Okay, well, I'm going to quit, and I'm going to check the recording, and I'm going to see what just happened. Because losing both of those chests would be absolutely devastating. But I'll see you in a bit.